Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Devin, and today I'm going to be breaking down a large misconception about testosterone, which is that it can give you roid rage. But before I get into that, make sure if you're new here and who is not subscribed, you go ahead and press that subscribe button down below to support me. If you are interested in coaching, a meal plan, or a training plan, go ahead and email me at devindoescoaching@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to my GoFundMe for top surgery, the link for that is going to be in the description as well. So I had a new client of mine tell me that they had a terrible experience once they raised their dose of testosterone. It really made me think about what my fears were before I started testosterone. Testosterone affects your emotions in the way of activating the subcortical part of your brain, which is responsible for aggressiveness, essentially. This area of your brain can lead you to be more aggressive once it's activated. It's not gonna activate something that is not there. I know personally for myself, I grew up in a very aggressive, just fucking terrible household. When I was going to start testosterone, I was very scared about flipping tables over, punching walls. Once I start testosterone, is it going to activate some genetic pinpoint in my brain and make me just become a fucking psycho? With that mindset, I started off at a very low dose of testosterone and slowly titrated my way up just to feel like I was in control of, my emotions. I did not experience any crazy aggressive behavior, but that's because I was very aware of my surroundings. I was in a very stable environment and I was being very mindful of my reaction to things. My friends who have experienced this roid rage, for lack of a better term, they all have a common denominator. Temper issues or anger issues, anything like that. They were sort of emotionally sporadic before starting testosterone, and then when they took testosterone, it got worse. So it's not gonna take you from being a monk or a very peaceful person to being a fucking maniac, okay? So if you are like just a chill, calm person, you have nothing to worry about, right? But if you are someone who is not really in control of their emotions, you act sporadic sometimes, you're not really in charge of what your brain is telling you to do, like if you feel like fuck it, punch the wall, and you just punch the wall, then you do have to be very mindful of taking testosterone and essentially weeding out what it is about you that makes you aggressive, because you have to work on yourself and unlearn habits and unlearn coping mechanisms that created the person that you are today. So while I wasn't over here punching walls and doing crazy shit, I did feel the need to eat. Obviously, that's what I'm always talking about, is fucking food at this point, it feels like. For myself, I had to unlearn the habit of eating everything around me because I felt bad. When you're being perceived as a male, you can have a threatening presence. You can throw temper tantrums and act like a little baby and get aggressive with people and threaten people while you're somewhat AFAB looking, right? If you're not very menacing, if you're gonna be stronger than people, and if you're going to be a bigger presence, you cannot be aggressive with people. You cannot be throwing temper tantrums. You cannot be having anger issues, because that will land you in jail. So there's definitely a double standard, and being a trans man, it's no different. Like you're still, you can be a menacing presence. You can be threatening to people. Yeah, sorry officer, I raised my testosterone dose. Like they're not gonna give a fuck, right? Don't be afraid to start testosterone, but just really know internally that you have a lot of mental work to do. You have a lot of habits to break. We all need to heal our inner child. What the fuck am I saying? But you guys get what I'm saying. Just the same way that I had to talk to the chunky kid inside of me that wants to eat ice cream and sushi every single day to feel happy with life, I had to tell myself, bro, like that's not a healthy coping mechanism. Instead, go for walks. Instead, talk to your girlfriend when you feel like shit. That's the same way that you might have to be like, okay, if someone says something that pisses me off, I'm not gonna fucking go off on them. I'm gonna go internally and think like I'm the one in control of the situation, not the testosterone, not the little kid in me, not the person who feels threatened. I myself am in control of the situation. Because at the end of the day, you can only blame your surroundings so much, but the common factor is always going to be yourself. So you have to hold yourself accountable in every situation. And then for my homies who are more so like me and more, I guess, cerebral as a way to put it, you don't really have anything to fear when it comes to taking testosterone. I remember thinking that I was going to feel like, okay, I've smoked before. Like I remember feeling like, oh, when I take testosterone, it's going to feel like something, like I'm high in a testosterone context. And it literally felt like nothing. Like you will gradually get stronger if you're working on that. You'll gradually have a deeper voice. You'll gradually have facial hair, male receding baldness type of shit will happen all slowly and over time. I remember just feeling like I was gonna feel like this giant impact of change from taking testosterone, and it really didn't happen. It was almost very anticlimactic for me. If you have those issues that you're struggling with that I mentioned before, like not having control of your emotions, being a very reactive person, testosterone will bring that out of you. So you have to make sure that it's not there to bring it out in, if that makes sense. If you are interested in coaching, go ahead and email me, devindoescoaching@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. It's going to be linked in the description down below. And like I always say, Devin loves you, Devin's a Don, and Devin is out of here, boy.